Hi Aquarius, I'm Corinne from Sacred Star Tarot, and this is your June 2025 reading. So what we're going to do in this reading is we're going to start with some channeled messages, have a look at your oracle, and then we're going to go and dive deeper in the tarot. And so this is to get some guidance from Spirit and to help you make the most out of June. And already it's looking really good, so we've got a lot to talk about. Overall, it's going to be a really good month for most of us in June. The astrology is looking really positive. I don't know about you, but I've really felt this shift into a positive tipping point, I think. So June for the rest of the year, I think is going to be a lot better, which is such a relief. I'm not saying it's going to be smooth sailing. Obviously on the world, if you look out in the world, there's definitely a lot of chaos, but I get this sense that we're moving in the right direction. There's been like a tipping point. So that's wonderful. And I'm seeing it in all of the readings and in yours too, which is great. And of course, we're in the age of Aquarius. So this is your time to be in your element. You were born for this time, Aquarius, so it's really exciting. All of the way that you see the world is how we're going to be all looking at things with innovation, looking at the potentials and possibilities, humanity, all coming in as one. So it's wonderful. So let's dive into your month of June. Now, your first oracle card is a flower. It's Forget-Me-Not. The Forget-Me-Not flower. And actually what I'm getting from this is because there's a big theme for you for the month around starting something new. And we'll go into the tarot, about that. But the Forget-Me-Not is actually telling me that if you go back to your past, if you think, because it's reminding me of nostalgia. And if you go back to your past and the times where you were most alive, happy, fulfilled, when you were in your element, there'll be a key. There'll be a key in that. There'll be something that can help you know what direction to go in. So that could be, when you were a child, if you loved writing, or if you, were in your teenage years and there was something that you were doing where you had a passion or a love for something. So the guidance from this Forget-Me-Not flower is actually looking into your past and seeing where you were most fulfilled and happy, because that could be a bit of a key to the direction of your future, which is really interesting. Then you have the oracle card, play. So play, have fun, celebrate, and don't be too serious. Okay, beautiful, isn't it? It's like that reminder to lighten up. Life can get pretty serious, and what I'm feeling from this energy is maybe you've had a time, look, the beginning of 2025 was pretty rough, and maybe you've had a time either this year or longer where life has been really heavy, weighed down, serious. Maybe you've had lots of responsibilities, and Spirit now is saying now's the time to make sure you have a lot of fun, to lighten up. I think we're all called to lighten up and remember the playfulness of life. So that will be really helpful for you this month. So where can you go out, have fun, do the things you love? And maybe that's linked to the Forget-Me-Not flower with this nostalgia. What are the things when you were a child that made you, that brought you joy and fun and that childlike energy? So that's one of the messages. Now the other is the oracle card Imrama. Now this has come up so many times in the past couple of months, and it's the journey of where our soul is calling us. So it's all about new paths, new beginnings. She's been called to a new land. Now this could be a new way of thinking. It could be a new career. And, it's definitely the card where there's a niggle there's a niggle from your spirit, from your soul, that there's something more out there. And I think throughout the month of June, you'll be looking for it. You'll be trying to find it, which is wonderful, because that tells me you're ready for something new. The calling is there, the nudge is there. And I'm seeing in the image here, there's Stonehenge. So maybe some of you, it'll be travel. Now's the time to, travel and explore. But that's the word I'm getting more actually, is exploring will be your theme for the month. So that could be physically exploring, but it could be exploring matters of the mind, learning something new, exploring a new hobby. But exploration is the key. New adventures. And we need that. We can get really bored, really stuck in ruts, sick of the same old. And, the action step or the guidance is, if we want to change something, we need to take some steps and start exploring. So that's what Spirit would like you to do, or that's the advice. Then your first card, you have the Page of Swords, which is beautiful. Same theme. So the Page of Swords is a calling to start thinking differently, thinking outside the box, exploring new ideas, new topics. This is perfect for you because it's your element. So I can see this, if this is you going on a bit of a quest. I want something new, a new idea, new exploration, which is great. It's a young, fresh energy, which is beautiful. Then you have the World in reverse. And what I think from this is actually that you've ended a cycle, that something has finished up. And maybe, that's a cycle where you've let go of something mentally or emotionally. But I get a feeling from some of you, it could be that something has ended. You've finished with something. You've kind of got to your, the world's when we've done everything we can in a situation where we think, I've achieved it. I've been successful at it, or I've achieved all that I can from it. And now it's time for something new. And that's what I'm getting the feeling. So this could be something like, a job where you've reached as high as you can in that position, or you've learnt everything that you could learn from that, and now you're ready to learn something new. And that's really the strong message, which is great. So that the question here, Aquarius, would be, is there something that I've outgrown? Have I learned all that I can from this situation? And, is that why I'm feeling bored? Because there's no growth. And now it's time to explore and find what the next thing is to bring in. And that makes sense because right next to it you have the Three of Pentacles. So that's about learning something new. And then lastly, towards the end of the month, you have the Tower, and we'll dive deeper to find out what that is. But the Tower is a breakthrough. That's how I see the Tower. I don't look at any of the cards in the tarot as being fearful or negative. The Tower is the self-imposed prisons that we've made, and it's the opportunity to break free of them. So I can see a breakthrough at the end of the month. So let's dive deeper. So Spirit, can we please have clarity on this? Beautiful. Okay, that was quick. Bottom of the deck, Five of Cups. So you're moving on. That's what I'm getting from this card. Moving on. Okay, so Aquarius, you have the Two of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hermit. What a powerful, powerful combination. So the Hermit is all about looking within, and this is what I'm getting, is that you're going to be exploring. You're going to be trying to work out what your Queen of Pentacles is. What do you want to plant next? What do you want to create? So for some of you, it could be a relationship. I can see that if you're wanting a relationship and you're single, there's potential for love coming in, or that will be the thing that you'll be, wanting to bring into your life. And the cards would suggest that, that's definitely there for you if you're wanting a relationship. But for others, it will be, and it could be partnerships too. So do you want to create something with another person and partnerships? And this is the time for collaboration too. So if you're wanting to start a new project, collaboration could be a really important, beneficial thing. So let's dive a bit deeper. Can we please understand so you have the Strength card. Can we please have some more clarity on, oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, it's time for change, Aquarius. If you're, of course this is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if this is ringing true for you and you're kind of ready for something more, you've outgrown where you're at, you're ready to learn something, this is a really big change because you have the Strength card, the Magician, and the Eight of Pentacles. So you're definitely wanting to create a change, wanting something new to get stuck into, to work on. And this is going to be the exploration this month in June, working out, what do I want to invest my time into? What do I want to create? Can we have some more clarity, please? And so this is, this reading is really from your higher self, from the universe, from source, just giving you that guidance saying, yeah, this is what you're ready for, Aquarius. Oh, lovely. The Sun. Feeling inspired. So really positive month. I think you're going to feel inspired, excited, optimistic for whatever this new idea is, this new thing that you're going to get stuck into, that you're going to commit to. So you're going to be searching for it. It looks like for a lot of you, you'll find it. You'll find this new project, this new adventure, whatever it is for you. Sun there is great. So you're going to be feeling very positive, very optimistic this month. Yeah, and then at the bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. Fantastic. So whatever this is for you, it's going to be different. It's collective reading, but you'll get the new idea. You'll get the new inspiration. And it looks really positive because you have the Eight of Pentacles. So I think you're going to go with it. You're going to, commit to it. Beautiful. Really strong. Really, this is going to be a very strong month for you, Aquarius. You have a lot of major arcanas, which means you're going to be right in your power, right in your element. Now let's get some more understanding on this Tower and why that's there. What's going to be released and broken down? Okay. Heavy burdens. So you have the Nine of Wands. Let's find out a little bit more. Can we please have more on this Tower? Yeah. So for some of you, maybe you're going to, this is about being, dissatisfied in your home environment, and you could be looking for another place to live. I can definitely see that in the cards. And for some of you, it could be, looking for a relationship with yeah. So for some of you, this will be the looking for a relationship and wanting to bring that in. The Tower is with the Nine of Wands. So this month you could be looking at, because the Nine of Wands for me is the boundaries card. He's been through a lot in his life, and he's realised that he needs to put up good boundaries with people. And so that could be a bit of a Tower moment. If you've been giving away your power and allowing friends, family, co-workers overstep boundaries, then, you could be confronting that, really standing up and needing to put in some firm boundaries in your relationships. And boundaries are always the hardest lessons to learn, but they're so important, so that we don't get taken advantage of, that, knowing that it's okay to have boundaries, to say what we will accept, what we won't accept, what we're willing to do, what we're not willing to do. And so I think that could be the only kind of challenge for the month, is putting up some good boundaries. But this is the month of exploration. You've outgrown where you were. You're looking for more. For some of you, it'll be love and to do with your home and family. For others, it will be a project that you'll really get stuck into. And because it's got the Eight of Pentacles here, it's telling me it's a project that you're going to really master. So it's probably something that you've been really wanting to do and that you're going to enjoy doing. You're going to be working really hard at creating. So this could be a side hustle, something you're doing on the side, or it could be a complete career change. But either way, the beginning of the month, you're going to be exploring. Looks like by the end of the month, for a lot of you, you'll be finding what you're looking for. There could be a key in your past that might help you know what this new thing is. What you're really looking back at your past and thinking, I remember the time when I was, in my element, I was my happiest, and it was when I was in a relationship, or it was when I was, doing this hobby that I loved. And that could give you a bit of a guide. But you're being called to a new journey, which is amazing. And having the sun there, you'll be feeling so optimistic. Remember to play, have fun. Have fun with life. And now's the time to get in that, creative, childlike understanding that you can create and manifest whatever you want and have whatever you want. So sometimes we need to get into that energy of really thinking outside the box, thinking big, not holding back, not having limitations on what you want to do. Follow it because you want to do it, because it brings you joy, it's fun, it's exciting, and you're going to have a lot of energy around that full moon on the 11th, which is that Sagittarius energy. So that's really going to be impacting you this month in the positive, which is great. That exploration, learning, growing through learning and adventure. So a really positive month. Now let's get an animal spirit to find out what animal will be guiding you throughout the month of June. Can we please have an animal spirit for the beautiful Aquarius? There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah. So if you're wanting love, that could be what you're moving towards. But if it's not romantic love, this could just be something that you love. Finding that thing. We all need that thing that we love. So, with tarot, this is what I love. I would do it even when I'm tired, when, starting up a new channel, when it's not many people are seeing my videos. And, I've been doing these readings privately for years, and I just do it because I love it. And that's what's been calling for you, Aquarius. If you're missing that thing in your life that brings you love, this will be the mission to get it this month. And then you have Black Jaguar and Old Soul. And this reminds me of Aquarius, actually, because I think a lot of Aquarians are old souls. You've got that very higher perspective, that visionary perspective of what the world and the planet could be. And so, remembering you're an old soul, it says, walk through life with confidence and grace. You have the power beyond the world. Focus on what you really, really want. I added the really, really. You can create your dreams. Yeah, exactly. And we can see that there's the moon in the background. So if you connect with the moon and Luna, you could do a ritual around that full moon to find and ask Source and Spirit to bring you the thing that will set your heart alight, the thing that will bring love, fulfillment, and joy in your life. And that's where you're being called to this month, which is beautiful. Now let's get a angel number for you. Can we please have a number? There we go. You have the number 1221 with taking initiative. Perfect. Yeah. So Aquarius, now's the time to take initiative. It says change, optimism, joy, communication. Work with what you have and it will get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You will also get some good news soon. Perfect. Exactly. And the other message would be to have a think about what your gifts are, Aquarius. What are your gifts? What are the things that you do easily and effortlessly and that you love doing? Because that would be another key. What a great month for you. I'm going to call it exploring your new beginning. Beautiful, Aquarius. So that is your reading for the month of June. I hope that helps guide you through the month so that you can work with all of these energies, the planets, Source that is guiding you forward. And subscribe to my channel to never miss a reading. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.